Welcome back, everybody. It's TSG Live. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that follow button if you're watching on something for a follow. It's July 30th. We have a 3-game slate. I'm going to put the picks from the previous game of the Temple and the links up somewhere in this video so you can see we did hit on this game. So, happy to run it back, of course. We have the Toronto Temple going up against the Minnesota Lynx. And we also have the Las Vegas Aces going up against the New York Liberty. I'm covering those two games. I will not be covering the Connecticut Suns and the Chicago Sky game. But to get into the Lynx and Tempo game, again, like I said, we hit the last time out. The first game, they were in Minnesota. And this game is in Toronto. Yes, I think every team does feel better and plays a little bit better at home, but I don't necessarily think that's going to change maybe the outcome of this game for the Tempo. Maybe Marina can shoot a little bit better, being that those she's at home. I did take her for 3 threes the last time out, and she covered, but she was also 3 for 10. It wasn't really the best showing. Marina Kandi, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I took her for, I believe, maybe 10 points, I believe. She had 20 points. Definitely hooped out. Laura Jakayski, or Jakate, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She had 18 points out as well. I mean, Marina was not shooting well. She was 7 for 17, 3 for 10 from the field for 3, but she still had 25 points, 8 rebounds and 6 assists. You know, she does still hoop, even if she's struggling, and that's the thing about Marina. So, for the Minnesota Lynx, Natasha Howard, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Nafisa Kala, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Kayla McBride, 18 points, 4 threes. Courtney Williams, 5 points, 2 for 11, just off night, had 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Olivia Miles, 24 points, 4 threes, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. Hooping, man. Like, Nafisa Kala got that 15 points late in the fourth quarter. I think going into the fourth quarter, she had 6 points, and, somehow, some way, they managed to get that together. Shout out to the Lynx. Obviously, if not the best team in the league, top 3 best teams in the league, and they probably, will get to the conference finals. It's hard to say Olivia Miles isn't the MVP, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want to just write it off and say she is the MVP, even though that's my girl since before when she was in Notre Dame, before TCU, but still. I think that this game is gonna somewhat go the same way. I will probably stick to around almost the same props. I do like Olivia Miles for around 15 points and 6 assists. I like Marina Mabry for 3 threes, maybe 4 or 5 because she's home. I do like her for around 4 or 5 assists. Maria Conde, I like her for around 15 points as well, maybe even 12 behind her. Nafisa Kala, I like her for around 15 points. I think Fee is gonna continue to be a part of this lineup. She was 0 for 3 from 3, and she had 15 points. So even if she hits one more 3, that's gonna put her up around that 20-point range. So it's like I like her for around 15 points. Very easy game as far as how I see it. I like Kayla McBride for maybe 3 threes, 15 points, maybe even 12 points. I think she will focus more on just all threes, even though she only had 2 other baskets last game that wasn't 3-pointers. I feel like this is very simple. I wouldn't overcomplicate it. I pretty much am going to take almost the same exact thing I took in the first game and just see how it goes. Maybe, can boost a little bit for the tempo. But ultimately, I do think that this game will kind of go the exact same way that it went with the Minnesota Lynx taking the win and the Toronto Tempo just struggling to keep up. I was actually surprised that it was a 7-point game the first time. But shout out to the Tempo for keeping it interesting. Our next game that we have is... Our next game, we have the New York Liberty versus the Las Vegas Aces. They are in Las Vegas. This line right now is sitting at 181.5 is the total. Plus 4.5 for the New York Liberty, minus 4.5 for the Aces. And I guess that's about correct. The last time the Liberty were out, they played the Sparks, and Stewie and Sabrina hooped out. I mean, the whole team actually contributed. It was a great team game. Jonquel struggled, but ultimately, Sabrina had 27 points. She was 5 of 9 from 3. Stewie had 29 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 of 4 from 3. They just did what they did. It was a very good Liberty win for them in LA. And I think the last time they played, that was the big throwback game where they lost on a buzzer beater 3 from NECA. So I think the Liberty were happy to come back and get that win back. The Aces, the last time out, were playing the Portland Fire. Jackie Young had 25 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 9 of 14 from the floor, 2 threes. Chelsea Gray had 17 points, 2 threes, 7 assists. Aja had 28 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists. I mean, Joel Lloyd had 11 points. They're clicking right now. The last couple of games that they put together have been very, very impressive games. They also have Stephanie Talbot, who is back. I believe she was injured. It's going to be a really good time watching them continue to just climb this ladder and get back into a really good rhythm. I think the Aces are gearing up for playoff season. I think they're gearing up to make that their transition. I think they're gearing up to make their transition. So I think going out against this Liberty team, I think this will overall be a good game. I think that Jonquel Jones will have a better game against the Aces, being as though that they're not as big and has so much banging down in the paint area as the Sparks. Asia will definitely beat her. I can see Asia still having around 20 to 25 points. I can see Jonquel Jones maybe having 15 points, maybe like 7 to 6 rebounds. I can see Stewie getting around that 20-point mark. Same thing for Sabrina. I can see Sabrina hitting around 3 or 4 threes. I can see the assists are going to come. So, they all assist very well between Stewie, Jonquel Jones, and Sabrina. The Liberty as a whole team, they operate very well. Han, a new player, I believe, for the New York Liberty, she had 13 points, 3 threes. In the same quarter, I believe they were almost like consecutive, so that was pretty cool to watch. That was funny, but I do think that what is the over the total 181? I do think this game could get over. I think both of them can get in that 90-point range. I think that both of these teams I think they love playing each other. Honestly, I think the Liberty and the Aces love playing each other. They've done it so many times that, to me, this is a classic matchup, classic rivalry. I think they both put on their best when they play each other, and I think that's what we'll see. So, with that, I do think that, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray will show up. Asia will show up. I like Asia for 20 points. I like Jackie Young for around 15 and 20 points, possibly 4 rebounds, possibly. But actually, I'm going to kind of look more at Jackie's assists than her rebounds in a game like this with such big defenders, Jonquel Jones and Stewie, things of that nature. I do like Asia to get possibly 10 rebounds, though, in this game. She will be the rebounder for the Aces because she will be the one down there. But I do also like her to get to the free throw line quietly. Chelsea Gray, I like her for around 6 assists as well. I think they're going to hoop out. I like Joel Lloyd, possibly around 10 points, maybe 2 threes. And I think it'll just be an all-around game from the Aces and from the Liberty as well. So look out for that one. I think there'll be a lot of scoring in that game. But with that is the 2 games that we're taking from this July 30th slate. I hope, drop a comment if you like anything that you heard here, you disagree. Please hit that like button. You have no idea how it helps. Let's get this money. Until next video, we on that. All right, I'm out.